Hey guys, what's going on? Dave here with my third unboxing of the night. My other one had to get scrapped because halfway through it, maintenance man came because our heater is out. Now, we're not as bad as you guys on the East Coast, but in the next couple nights, it's supposed to get down to freezing, and we have a freeze warning and stuff. So for us, it's kind of a shocker. But this I save for last because, well, it's a goodie. I was really proud to be able to pick this up, and I want to thank the guys over at Plamod for hooking me up. They cut me a little bit of a deal on it, and I really appreciate that, since they're kind of my sponsors, or one of my sponsors. And one of the things, this is kind of hard since I already went through it, and I didn't feel like editing the other video because it takes hours to process. One of the things I love, this is my first actual Neograde in one of these boxes. I've had a SMS, which was a recast of a Neograde kit, which came in one of these. It's like a really heavy duty, like canvas type box, and it just screams quality on it. And so I really love this thing. Now, I was concerned because if I turn it like this, and then I take the high grade camphor that I just opened and put next to it, it's actually less than 2 of these tall. Which I was really concerned with, and you'll know why here in a second, because it's supposed to be a huge kit when it's built. But what I ended up getting is, and this is because I've had people like Dead to Death, Derek, a few other people begging me to try new kits, try something different, and they really wanted me to try something 5-star stories. And so this is what I ended up going with. This is the Knight of Gold Mirage. It was the most appealing to me. They did have the other option that I could have gotten, which was the kit with the full the burst launcher, which I don't know. There was something about that didn't appeal to me. Hanging off of the back. As usual, when you get an authentic Neograde kit, and I have to say, if you haven't ever had one, it will blow. Even though SMS does great mods on their kits when they're recasting, and there's some of them like the Neograde Double Zeta. You know, I want that, but at the same time, I also want the SMS version, because Kenny over there did some sick mods with like opening hatches, things like that. He always adds something unique to it. But when you get an authentic Neograde, you get these 3D printed parts, which are unique and not supposed to be able to be replicated. And if they're green, you know you got an authentic one. But these things are awesome. I'll show you some of the other parts that are 3D printed here shortly. But this is for the hatch, which is in here where the pilot sits. Now inside you get your 2 Neograde pictures, and this is a front and back view. And there was just something about that stance and everything that just made it look dead sexy. I actually already have my paint on order. I'm going to be using the Gaia Notes Starbright Gold, which is a beautiful gold. And I have a couple of other golds that I'm going to be using. Probably an Alclad Pale Gold for my shading. And then for my edge highlighting, I'm probably going to be using the Vallejo alcohol base one, because it's really sharp and bright, and I think that'll look good for edge highlighting. So this will be interesting and cool for my first 5-star stories. So here is our instruction booklet. And let me swing you guys back around here. All right. So this is actually, I believe, your back page if you're looking at it from a book perspective. It gives you where the option parts go, and this is the only option part. And I don't know if you can get this separate or not, or if you have to get the whole unit. I think it's the motor head. You've got your parts list here. There are, not counting the batteries, wires, 3D parts, so forth, looks to be 140 pieces. So that's actually pretty good. You go through here. Here's your leg assembly, your inner leg assembly, and then for all your outer shell. Your torso for your button for your light, where to run your lights and stuff. So that part's cool. Let's see. Your part of your body and part of your head assembly here. You got your sword assembly, which I believe you can either have in hand or in the scabbard. And it looks like a lot of these parts, because you guys know me and magnets, can be magnetized. So that'll always be cool. And that's it. So it doesn't look like it's a difficult assembly or anything. So let me put this back in the packet and show you guys some of the parts. Open up the box here. All right. So the first thing that you're going to find, on here is, this is your 3D printed parts, and I'm waiting for the camera to try and focus, and I don't think it's going to want to. This thing is so touchy. So this is your 3D printed parts, and if you guys have seen the videos on YouTube of him showing the gimmicks and everything, then you've pretty much seen it. It's really cool. It is flexible. The only downside to the 3D printed parts is, as you can see, one side is clear, one side is it's not just frosted, it has a texture to it, and I will actually pop these out for you. Maybe. There we go. So these are flexible, as you can see, and they look like they'll hold their shape fairly well. But here's the downside, is you need to scrub, and you're going to have to do some sanding or buffing on these to clean off. I don't know if it's just the texture. The Moya kits that I had, the baby Iron Man and War Machine, they were that way. And actually, this one's kind of slipping apart, and there's a wire inside. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but there's a fine wire that goes through there. So I thought these were ball jointed, but they're not. There's actually a wire inside. The baby Iron Man kits, they had this ripple effect all over them, which you get when you 3D print. That's understandable, but some places they will actually sand down, clean up the pieces, then mold them and cast them. The Moya, the downside, they were great kits, but they just 3D printed them, molded them, and sold them, and then got slapped with a cease and desist by DC or Disney. I think it was Disney that slapped them with the cease and desist on casting them, so now you can't even get them anymore unless they're recast. So as can be expected, if you've never had a Neograde kit, I suggest saving up your money. Get at least one of something. They are so cleanly cast, very little, like no flash at all, minimal pour marks. Like between this, looking at this and looking at the 160 SAZABI, it's just sick. It's so clean. And as usual with all your bigger parts, like these, you have the stamp Neograde with www.neograde.com. So there's those. They definitely pack these well. Let's see. So you got a little clear piece. Not sure what that's for yet. Haven't looked through there. You get your battery, which is a Maxwell lithium. You get your wire connections. You are going to have to do some soldering. Your battery holder, your LEDs, and your switch. So yeah, thankfully, due to people helping me out and everything, helping me learn with the Xeon on LEDs, hopefully that should be a lot easier than it used to be. Alright, so here is another packet. And I really shouldn't. Oh, it's too late. Razor blade already opened it. Okay. So to give you an idea, this thing, it's packed with details. It's got very little like pour marks, anything on there. There's one that's been sanded down, but there's still a nub there. A little one here. Completely easy to deal with. This looks like the inside of a limb. So you've got a small pour mark here. It's marked right, so I'm assuming this is the right leg. So very, very well done. I think this is the way that, you know, when you pay for a good quality kit, even like G System or so forth, for the money that you're paying, this is the kind of quality you should be getting. My knife is about to slip again. So here is part of the crown. And so that's a good size. Part of the leg armor, that's a good 4 inches tall right there, just in that. You've got this, the slits on here, all the detail parts are all clean. They're not all gunked up. I said it with the SAZABI kit, you know, G System can take some cues here. Let's see, we've got this, and that's another thing. The camera isn't actually washing these out. These are like pure white pieces. Look at that, like little details like that. Completely awesome. Another side of the crown. Here's one of the feet. And that's one of the things that I love about at least the design of the 5-star stories, is they're very feminine. There's something just kind of attractive about that. You know, here's the inside of the chest. A lot of the smaller pieces. Let's see what else we got here. Tons and tons of bubble wrap. Let's see, what do we got in here? Oh nice, the scabbard and the blade. And the scabbard is actually, I can't tell if it's hollow for the blade to slide in or not. It'd be cool if it is. And that one's actually cast in a cream colored resin. And let's see, more details, more little pieces, even more. And yet another one. These are really well packed too. So we've got more big pieces, things like that. And I like the fact, if it'll focus on it here, if I stop moving, I don't know if you can tell, but there's detail on the ends. And this is the inside of the piece. Like, you're never actually going to see this, but Neograde went far enough to put the details in there for that. So that is really cool. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to rebox this up and put it in the closet so I don't touch it until after Zeong is built up, and then we'll see what happens after that. I will talk to you guys all later. Peace out.